So we did that Labubu episode.
We did.
And
About 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago. And the very next day, Tex and I, Mr. Boo Boo and I, Labubu, Mr. Boo Boo, decided to watch the newest South Park that aired. And what do you know? Literally the night before our episode aired, we had already recorded they did a Labubu episode.
That's so funny.
And it was, well, you've seen it.
Yeah, you made me come over and watch it.
I literally, Tex and I watched it on Friday night or something. And I was like, watching it and I was like, oh, this is funny. It's Labubu. We just covered Labubu. Like, they said a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, I would have never known. It was like, came from Mesopotamia. It's early in the morning. I can't speak. When can I ever speak? It is not. But so I watched it and then at the very end, something amazing happens. And I immediately was like, Meg has to come see this, right? She needs to come watch this. So I made her come over the other day and I gave her a ghost jello shot and I was like, watch South Park. And she was dying.
So funny. It was so funny because it summoned a demon.
Summoned fucking Satan.
It summoned fucking Satan.
If you know, you know. You guys, it is 9:42 in the a.m. on a Monday.
On
here.
a Monday.
I feel like I'm on a radio show. Like, it is 9:42 in the morning, and there's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-5. And yeah, don't
watch out for them S-curves.
If we were in Australia, they'd be like, there's a koala at the bottom of the highway. Make sure you causing a traffic jam.
See it.
That was not an Australian accent either, you guys.
You did your best.
I am so sorry.
You did your best.
Okay, so this, I don't know if this counts as a joke, but Mr. Boo Boo did say it to me last night on the couch. He saw it somewhere and I laughed really hard. And then at the end he goes, well, do you want to use it or does it hit too close to home? And
is it a dead parent joke?
It's not. But when I read it and then you'll get it. And I was like, now I'm fucking offended. But no. Okay. So I was coaching a basketball camp this week and I asked a kid what his name was and he goes, Weed. And I was like, oh, I guess we're in Austin and not shocking. Anyway, I called this child Weed for 3 days. Turns out he had a speech impediment and his name was Reed. And he goes, so, Wayne Wabanurki. And I was like, okay. And here I am thinking he's talking about our child who has the same speech impediment. I didn't know he was making fun of me. Well, no, it didn't hit too close to home.
I mean, but I had a student named Cannabis, so with a K. No joke.
I am actually speechless. Again. All right, you guys. But while we're recording, we decided to turn on the GhostTube app, which if you have not heard of the GhostTube app, we've used it before for a bunch of things. Mm-hmm. It's funny because the last time we used it, it called us nerds.
Did it?
I have the recording of it. It said, you and I are on there and it said nerds.
Where were we? Were we at Orlean Manor?
No, I think we were at my house, like in my closet. I have the recording. I'll show you.
It was a long
time ago. Yeah, it has the date on it too. I'll show you. But anyway, so I decided there was something in my daughter's room moving stuff and making itself very visible. So I decided to go in there and cleanse. And I just was like, you know what? I'm going to turn on this app and just see if it has anything to say. It was quite chatty. Quite chatty. And then I've sort of been turning it on and off and talking to it regularly now. And I mean, there's a lot of things to be said. And then Meg did it the other day too.
Oh my gosh, I did it yesterday. And I said, it was chatting. And I said, well, where are you? And it goes, on the shelf. You guys, I have my death shelf with all my dearly departed loved ones. Not literally, I mean, some of them. My dog's up there and my cat's up there. But pictures, mementos, things like that. And I call it my death shelf.
Yeah.
And so it was someone from my shelf.
So that's fun. This is our recording where it calls us nerds. You ready for this? We're in my house. I think that's my room. Hang on. Come on, thing. I don't want to fast forward because... Oh, geek. And we were talking about Lunatic Soup. Fucking rude. That was rude. Geek.
But yeah, so we have it playing right now. We'll see. But if you hear a third voice.
It is said twice to us, can't get through.
Because we're thick skulls.
We're not paying attention. Skulls. I do think it's mad at me because I'm not, because it said to me before something about like, you're not listening. And I was like, yeah, I'm not using my like third eye, whatever. I'm not like paying attention in my noggin. But
whatever.
We'll see. I'm using that for it. We're Frank.
Who's Frank?
They said Gregory earlier and then Frank. Frank the Tank.
Anyway.
We had a fish named Frank the Tank. Maybe that's him. Mm-hmm. It's Frank the fish.
It's Frank the fish.
All right.
Well, hello and welcome to Lunatic Soup, the podcast where we go into all things wild, weird, and unknown. We're your hosts, Meg.
And I'm Raina, ready to brew up some Lunatic Soup.
Let's go.
We are indulging in something
today
so special. It is the finest quality H2O. And I actually have a cup of coffee.
That's some high quality H2O.
Yep. Baba Boucher. Yeah,
It's
no.
the devil.
It's the devil. We are sober recording today, which is probably a relief to all of you who listened to the Labubu episode and then the Paradox of Witches. So you're welcome for a sober unhinged, which still can be unhinged, just depending on my mood. And here we are.
That was something. The thing is, I'm going to say it though. We didn't drink that much.
No, we
in
didn't.
those episodes.
No.
We got into we were on it.
Well,
and when I say we're on one, it means mentally.
Yeah, it means it doesn't mean we're on like a bender of drinking. It just means that we're on, like, we just get going and we
just get going and we get goofy.
Well, because when Nikki sat down with us for the beginning of Paradox, she's like, "Oh God, I got some catching up to do," and we're like, "No, we haven't even had a drink yet." Like, we had just poured a drink. Like, we had just started sipping. I was like, "It hasn't even hit yet. This is just standard procedure around here.
It's chaos.
It's chaos over here, Tom."
Yeah.
All right.
Down here, Tom.
That's
chaos
what I said.
Down here, Tom.
That's what I said. What are we talking about today, Megan?
Today we are going a little close to home.
Are we?
Yes, we're going to the Northern State Mental Hospital.
In the PNW.
In the PNW, about Cedral Woolley area, which is, depending on traffic, about an hour and a half, right?
No. Like
No?
2 hours. It's up near the Canadian border.
No, it's not.
What's Cedar Woolley?
It's up near Bellevue.
No.
Yes.
You sure?
I am fairly positive.
No, 2 hours and 4 minutes. Well, that's traffic, actually. You could be
Where
right.
is it?
You could be right. And no, see, it's up. See, it's past Mount Vernon near Bellingham.
Oh.
Yeah. I only know. So
I thought it was up near Bellevue.
no, the only reason I actually know this is because
What did it say?
Bible.
I can't see that far
It
away.
says Bible. Bible.
It's a Bible.
We don't do Bibles here usually, but okay. I went to cheer camp up in Bellingham at Western Washington University, and they were able to, like, they didn't spend the night there, and they were able to come and go because they lived close, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For the cheer camp.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that, but that's the only reason I remember that it's up that direction.
Cat. That scared you.
Poppy.
That was the cat.
Unnecessary. Came out of the
Cute
cat door.
cat.
Hi, Poppy Fina, you little
I
cross-eyed
was
menace.
wrong. I thought it was up near Bellevue.
Finally, I'm right about something.
Whatever.
It's not normal.
Be careful.
Why do I have to be careful? The thing just said be careful. Yeah.
It's talking a lot,
It's
and we're
talking a
not.
lot.
Yeah.
Mine didn't talk that much.
Well, mine doesn't always too. Like the other day, it was just silent for a long time. So right now, it's being very chatty.
Chit-chatty.
Very chit-chatty.
So the Northern State Mental Hospital was once a self-sufficient psychiatric colony tucked in the foothills of the Northern Cascades. It was opened in the 1910s, and by mid-century, it housed thousands.
Not sure.
Doesn't
Okay.
know why we have to be careful. Today, it's just fields and decaying buildings and an ignored cemetery that draws in hikers, historians, and ghost hunters. So what's really cool is it's in like this park area.
Mm-hmm.
And while the hospital's like off limits, there's nothing keeping you from going.
Yeah,
like,
you
it's
can get-
you
we
can
can go
there's
around the
walking
outside.
paths
Yeah.
right there. You shouldn't. I'm not going to condone going inside. It's a dilapidating building.
You don't wanna-
You don't want to get hurt.
No RIPs.
No, you don't want to fall through the floor or anything like that. But you can go kind of around it. There are like rangers and stuff
Mhm.
around there that are going to try to keep you. If they see you in it, you're going to get in trouble. You're going
Yeah.
to get kicked out.
But
So-
you could also probably like sit outside and get some.
yeah, you can
fun.
sit outside. You can get some really cool pictures of the outbuildings. Just don't go inside.
Yeah. Oh, that was rude.
That was rude. It's your own house.
It says please leave, but maybe they're being like, don't go inside the building. Like, please leave.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
don't
that's
go
what we're
inside the
talking about.
building. Northern State began as a farm extension of Western State Hospital. A 1909 legislative act created the Western State Hospital Farm for the Harmless Insane near Cedro Woolley, and the hospital opened on its own campus in 1912. The complex was designed with input firms, like architectural firms. Like, it was really nicely built, and the professional landscaping, all of that. And it was intentionally planned as a self-sustaining institution with a dairy, bakery, lumber mill, greenhouse, and other production facilities.
Oh, wow.
So it was meant for the patients to run it,
Yeah.
sort of thing. And they would use that as like their rehabilitation.
Okay.
Like, to work these places for their rehabilitation,
Which
or to
sounds
keep them busy, to
amazing.
keep them going. What did it say now?
Idiotic. Diseased.
Oh, are you talking about what we're talking
I
about?
feel like it is.
It seems like it. At its height in the 1940s and 50s, Northern State grew into the largest psychiatric facility in Washington by population, and it had roughly 2,000 plus patients at peak capacity. The campus stretched over hundreds, some are saying like 1,100 acres.
Oh, wow.
That effectively operated as a small town. And we've seen this before. There's that one over in New York that was like this small village.
Yeah.
And everything's great and dandy.
Until it's not.
Until it's not.
We know how this goes. We know it sounds like a wonderful place. Oh,
whoa,
Poppy.
Cats!
You guys, my kitten Poppy is in here being a cross-eyed menace is what we call her.
Cross-eyed menace. Oh, Willow, who is Poppy's sister, will climb up the screen and then poke her head out through the blinds. And she'll go as high as she needs to be able to poke her head out through the blinds.
These psychos, she climbs our curtains. She climbs, I mean, the other day I was photographing cocktails on my kitchen table and I had a tablecloth down. She started attacking the tablecloth, pulled my camera off, my cocktails. Like, I was like, you little asshole.
They're funny, though.
They're
so
funny.
cute.
They are so cute. They're crazy.
I call mine the My Little Pretty Girl.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
See, and ours is a cross-eyed menace, which honestly
menace.
is very fitting for our household.
Salem is the menace in my house.
Yeah.
Also, we weighed them yesterday.
How much?
So just a few weeks ago when Salem had his... I was going to say vasectomy. That's not it.
No,
but
no.
Same thing.
I mean, pretty much.
Same thing. He was 6 pounds. Now he's 8.5.
Her cat Salem is like black and fluffy, and we're pretty positive has like some Maine Coon in him.
Oh, he's huge.
Huge. She gave him a bath the other day, and he looked like a drowned rat. It was so funny. Poor little guy.
I didn't know what his tail was.
Yeah, he was chasing his tail. He was, because he'd never seen it like that.
I've never seen him like. It was just so long and skinny.
Yeah. It was
And
just
Willow was 5 pounds.
Oh, she was little.
And they're born a day apart.
Yeah.
They're born a day apart.
That's interesting. I wonder what Poppy Pants is.
Probably the same.
Probably 5 pounds ish.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit bigger. Willow's
Think?
tiny.
I feel like every time I see them, I think they look the same, but then I'm like, maybe they're not. I don't know.
Early 20th century psychiatric policy emphasized occupational and moral therapy. So occupational therapy, run the dairy farm, tend to the land, all that stuff. I would like, not a dairy farm.
They don't call
Not a
occupation. That's not occupational therapy anymore.
Is it not?
Well, because Leia does occupational therapy
What's
for
occupational
ADHD.
therapy?
I don't know what it is.
That's how I read that, as occupational therapy.
That's probably what that was. Occupational.
Yeah, yeah.
So so maybe that is what it is.
Like it meant that they ran the farm.
Yeah.
And sometimes
no,
they
that
did
is
construction,
engaging in
maintenance.
meaningful activities, also referred as occupations, as basic human need. Blah blah. So when Leia does OT, though, it's like she goes in and it helps with her like coordination. I'm pretty sure my cat just fell back behind the garbage cans. Are you right back there? She's on top of the recycling bin. Jesus Christ, idiot.
We just bring a different type of chaos to the show every week.
We do. Like, here's the cat. Yeah, but hers is like, it's learning how to manage her emotions and like how her coordination. It's for her ADHD.
Like how to go through life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got.
So it does add up. It makes sense that this is like,
it's just same. What does it say?
I want to talk.
I want to talk too.
But you can say whatever you want. We're listening to you.
What you want to say? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, dude.
All right.
Let the words
There you go.
fall out. Is it fall
You
out
were
or come
me
out?
hanging.
I was just...
The thing is I have such bad eyesight. The thing is 4 feet in front of me. I can't see what it's saying.
I can see what it's saying. That was funny. I want to talk. We are listening to you. We can have conversations with you, but we're going to tell
What's
a story.
your name? Is it Ager?
No, he said Frank.
Frank.
Well, they said Frank, Gregory. They've gotten Kenneth before.
Kenneth.
Sarah.
These are all very, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Older.
straight and narrow names?
Yeah. Older gentlemen's.
Older gentlemen.
Yeah.
My dad's Kenneth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did it say something? No. Nope, it's listening. It's listening. Patient labor built roads, cleared stumps, tended animals, and kept the campus running. And this model, framed as therapy at the time, was used and copied in other facilities around the country.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people had kind of an issue with it because they thought that maybe there was a lot of coercion involved and like power imbalances. Brother? Who's brother?
I don't have a brother, so it's not me.
I unfortunately do.
Interesting.
That's fine.
Okay.
One, there's a cat ass in my face.
And it just said later this evening imprisoned. Your brother is going to be imprisoned later this evening.
Huh.
Well, guess we'll find out.
Guess we'll find out.
Unless your brother was at the asylum and they were imprisoned. And that's what you're
brother.
saying. A brother.
A brother.
You never know.
Or maybe it would be like a
Like
brother in your family.
No, I feel like there could be them just talking about themselves.
Oh.
Because they're saying, I want to talk. Like maybe their brother was imprisoned.
Oh,
you
did
never
we
know.
invite somebody in that has something to do with the Northern State Hospital?
We'll find out.
Mm.
Let us know.
So Northern State Hospital was touted as like a modern facility for its era. Like it knew how to do things.
Yeah.
It was great for the community. It was great for its patients.
Just, it seemed like a really good place.
It did.
It
but
did.
Documentation does show overcrowding, underfunding, and troubling practices.
Dun, dun, dun.
There were a lot of violent incidences that were found. They weren't really like touted like a lot, but
Yeah.
if you look into newspapers, you can find the
Yeah.
stories. And there was unresolved patient murders.
Ooh, like patient on patient murder kind of thing.
Mhm. We'll talk about a couple of them. Like
Well,
it got nasty, you
I'm
guys.
not
And
surprised.
there was a weapon of choice that
Oh.
just freaks me out. This one freaks me out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we'll get
If
there.
it freaks you out, now I'm scared.
Yeah. Allegations of underfeeding, red lighting patients, and admission of unethical experiments, notably in the 1950s with a radiation study. We'll talk about that later.
Yee.
These events complicate the therapeutic narrative, and kind of the surrounding community was kind of starting to cock an eye. You know?
Being like, is this really all good?
But they were great. They were great. They were doing the best for their patients. It was modern. I'm joking.
Oh, I was like, really? Okay. I was like, okay.
That's just what they were saying.
Gotcha. I'm gullible, obviously. I was like, wow, okay.
They started to have budget cuts and changing policy, and the hospital closed in the 1970s. The last patients were moved out between 1973 and 1976. And since the campus was basically neglected, they tried to preserve the historical sites and tried to reuse it for other things, but it didn't really do that. At one time, they tried to lease some of the buildings for like Job Corps or rehab facilities. Who's not from here?
She's not.
I'm not from here. I'm not from around these parts.
She's also an alien. So,
I mean,
afterlife.
oh, who's
You're
from the
not
afterlife?
From here, afterlife. Somebody.
You're from the afterlife? I mean, I'm not from the afterlife, not yet.
Interesting.
Interesting. The site today is partly a recreation area with trails that pass derelict buildings and a cemetery. I would love to go explore.
Cemetery part would probably be very like interesting.
Very interesting, because we're going to learn a little bit more about we're going to learn a little bit more about it now. Look at me. Look at these notes.
I love it. I mean, shocking. She never has notes.
This is one of the most haunting areas of the campus. It's called Hillside Cemetery. There are numbered graves for hundreds, because they don't know who they are.
The unmarked graves are always pisses off the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Like they want to be acknowledged.
They want to be acknowledged. And these were people that died between 1913 and 1972.
Wow.
They're marked by numbers. Names have been lost or sometimes are just very difficult to read in the records. There are a number of people and organizations. It's in the kitchen. And organizations that are trying to match grave sites to people.
Yeah.
And it's proving to be very difficult. But when I was searching around Reddit for some personal stories,
Yep.
I did come across some people that have, even one. You gave them a name, you gave them a resting
Which is,
place.
I love that. And that's important in these kinds of things.
So there were a lot of violent incidences during the tenure of the facility. One on August 9th, 1921, a hospital attendant named James S. Hewlin was murdered by a patient named Valentine Riedel with a razor.
Oh, no.
That's the weapon of choice that freaks me out.
Yeah.
That's the one that freaks me out.
I don't like that either.
That's a lot of cuts.
Well, but you have to think, when is this? The razors are not like the razors we think of anymore. It'd probably be like...
No, it'd probably be like one of those long ones that
they
like
would
flips.
shave faces like that.
I mean, you could make it quick, but I don't necessarily think of it as quick.
Yeah.
With a razor.
No.
Ew. Later in the same month, a cook named Paul Stalt was fired for refusing to serve rotten food. He accused the hospital of underfeeding patients. The hospital faced allegations of abuse of patients and overcrowding as well, leading to the state board inquiry. So, I mean, good for him.
Yeah, he stood up for what was right.
The hospital was also accused of red lighting, which is when you patient dump, basically. In 1920, there were 2 cases that were reported by the Seattle Star. Who can't stay?
She can't stay.
I can't stay. I'm really worried this thing's trying to kill me. The afterlife.
You had an issue with Meg? Do you want Meg to leave? Is that what you're saying?
No, thank you.
No. It's like, come over here.
Automatic no.
You come over here. What do you say? What do you want?
So, In 1920, there was 2 cases that were reported by the Seattle Star. One patient was dumped in Grand Junction, Colorado, while the other was dumped in Oklahoma, and the hospital was accused of keeping the state allowance for each person. What does it say?
What is the day? Today is Monday,
Monday, September 15th.
2025.
We just time-stamped ourselves.
It's coming.
Oh, shit.
It's coming.
What did it say again?
It's coming. Come over here.
I'm not going anywhere.
What does that mean? It's coming. Come over here. Like, what does that mean? Come over where? It's coming. Come over here.
Do we need to go to the kitchen? On February 9th. What does that mean? Tell me
about it. I don't know.
On February 9th, 1922, a patient named John Shellac was murdered in his bed, also with a razor.
Not good.
I think they just they're using what they had, and they had razored. His murder remains unsolved, and he was laid to rest in the hospital cemetery. So they think it was by another patient, but they are not sure.
Okay.
On July 6, 1928, John Wilson Hesford, a patient at the epileptic ward, was beaten by K.K. Kyler after an altercation. What a name.
K.K. Kyler.
K.K. Kyler.
I mean, that's my child's name is Kyler, but.
Yeah, but not K.K.
No,
K.
K.K., which is why we had our third daughter's name starts with an L. It is, because when I wanted another K name, and Tex was like,
Absolutely not.
Tex was like, we can't have the KKK, and I was like, you win.
Fair.
You win.
Fair. If it was anything else, you would have won that argument.
Anything else. Well,
Anything.
The only other one was, he's like, people are going to think we're copying the Kardashians. Also, I was like, fair. I didn't want that. Because
Yes.
I wasn't. I just happened to like K names. Like,
Yeah.
I just have always loved K
They're
names.
great names. Hesford died a week later. According to other patients, Kyler had stomped on Hesford while he was lying on the ground. X-rays
No.
taken post-mortem showed that Hesford had broken ribs on the left side. Patients who witnessed the attack were discredited during the trial due to their mental conditions.
Of course.
And Kyler was eventually acquitted by a judge, and Hesford's death was blamed on his epilepsy.
Not good.
No. So it's a hospital.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of bad things have happened.
Yeah.
In 1981, after the hospital had
Visit
shut
me.
down, I don't want to visit you.
Visit you where?
Tyler. Who's Tyler?
I don't know, but we're saying the name Kyler. That freaks me out a little bit. Like, that's like very close to what we just said.
Kyler, Tyler.
I mean, I don't know how, like, what accuracy this is with, like, you know.
In
I need to do a good cleanse after this.
In 1981, parts of a small intestine and human head were found at a chemical dump site off Mosquito Lake Road. These remains allegedly came from Northern State, who used the dump site for chemicals such as formaldehyde and broken laboratory equipment. So they dumped body parts as well.
Not good.
They were old body parts because
Yeah.
the hospital had shut down at this point, and they just that's
not good.
human head. I'm sorry.
No,
like
that's-
I could see you having to take intestines out.
No way.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, no
I
way.
could
Not
see
good.
you having to take intestines out for like
Right.
something.
Well, yeah,
but
autopsy
a human
or
head,
Yeah.
not.
not acceptable.
Absolutely
no.
not.
Oh God, I can't even imagine.
So yeah, some interesting things happened at this place. I mean, but we know all mental hospitals.
I think
Like-
that's the hard part. Is like that's why they don't have them anymore. They're shut down for a reason.
I mean, they still have them,
well,
but
they're
not like this.
No.
Not
This
like
is like
this.
I mean, what I mean is like the ones that are like
Like the asylums.
experimenting the asylums, and they experimented, and then people were put in there for like things that are very normal things. Now,
You ready for this one?
no.
In 1983, again after it had shut down, Hawthorne Funeral Home in Mount Vernon discovered 200 food cans labeled with patient identification numbers from the hospital. The cans contained the remains of those who had died from 1941 to 1953 when the hospital crematory shut down. They had been in storage since the hospital closed in 1973. The cans were then buried at another cemetery, and it is estimated that around 900 patients were cremated and buried in food cans, both in the hospital cemetery and other local cemeteries.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get some ghosties out.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little.
That's not disrespectful.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's horrific. That's like, because then, like, what are the people told? I mean, is this like where people would just dump their loved ones and they don't care what happens?
Yeah, a lot of the people at this asylum,
Yeah.
like, or the hospital, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
they weren't actually mentally ill. They were just
Well,
difficult.
yeah.
I mean, but that's with every mental institution in this time
I
era.
mean, and we also know that like you and I would be in there in a heartbeat. I'm a mouthy woman.
You've said
she's
this a
in there.
lot.
I PMS too much. She's in there.
when you have what is it, the traveling uterus syndrome? Have you heard of that? they used to think that a woman's uterus traveled throughout the body. So you couldn't do things like a man could. You couldn't, you couldn't go horseback riding. You couldn't run too fast because your uterus traveled around your body.
just
and
floats.
that's what caused different things.
Oh, it was
This
just like
was
bumping into things?
Yes,
Oh,
this
I
was
believe it.
legit. People thought this.
I
They
believe
thought that it
that.
had traveling uteri.
The uteri. Uteri? Yeah, I think that's 2 uteruses. Uteri. Or maybe not. No, maybe
No, it's
yes.
singular.
Singular. Okay, you're right.
Uteruses.
That sounds accurate. Well,
That's it. That's the one.
so all those women had their traveling uteruses all over the place. Then, damn. Yeah.
No horseback riding for you. It just go boom, 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 boom inside you.
I mean,
and
I
then that
can
would make
see-
anybody grumpy.
Well, I can see why after children you don't want to go horseback riding. It's like jumping on a trampoline. Like, I'll pee myself.
I mean, we've definitely done that. There's been
plenty of times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not good.
No. There's
Ever.
like 2 bounces and crash.
Yeah. So fuck. That's like it is. It's like between that, my back, and my knees. Like trampolines and I, not friends. Not good.
The knees.
The knees.
knees.
These are fucked.
I witnessed your knees
They're
up in Orcas. Like,
Yeah, when it just
Jesus.
gives out on me out
They
of
just
nowhere.
literally just gives out. Like,
Yeah.
doing fine and then
Just all of a sudden it's like, no, fuck you. And then I'm hobbling like a fucking moron.
no knees.
No knees.
No knees, Raina.
Yeah. Yeah, stop making fun of me, Meg.
Oh, it's not necessary.
Oh, it's protecting me. It said not necessary.
It was not necessary. I'm so sorry.
Don't make
It was
fun of my
not
knees.
necessary
Thanks,
to make
thanks.
fun. I wasn't making fun of it. I was bringing attention
Fred.
to it.
Or whoever you are.
Tyler.
Tyler, Fred,
Gregory.
Frank. It was Frank, not Fred. My bad.
Frank.
My mistake. Wrong F name.
Frank. In 1995, it was revealed by the U.S. Department of Energy that from 54 to 58 radiation experiments were conducted on patients in the hospital in conjunction with the University of Washington. In the experiment, iron 55 was injected into the veins of patients at 100 microcurie doses and monitored over a period of months. The study involved 6 adult men and 18 adult women.
Interesting.
That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. Like, I kind of actually hate that.
Well, it's the fact that they were doing it in line with like a university, and then they're using these people as like lab rats, essentially.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
I don't
it's
like
disgusting.
that. Yeah, no, that's
it's
horrible.
disgusting.
Oh,
Like, I don't understand a period of time when we thought this was okay. I mean, I guess technically they still do it in certain ways today.
leave who? Leave it. I don't know. Leave it.
What? Leave it alone? So there are some, resident ghosties at this place today.
Stop.
Do you want to know what the first one's name is?
Sure. What is it?
Fred.
Well, good thing that his name is not, that it's not actually Fred, because it said Frank.
It said Frank. Oh,
Said
you
Frank.
said
I said Fred. Thank fuck. Unless it actually is Fred and I was just channeling him, not realizing it.
No, you said
No, but I said Fred the second time.
Yes, you
I
said
just
Fred
said
the
Fred.
second time.
Yeah. So Fred, if that's you here, let us know so we know if that was actually me speaking and getting something, or if I'm just in fact a moron, which that is quite accurate if that's true. You never know.
I don't know. Fred. I don't like the name Fred. Freds aren't great. Oh, my link isn't working. That's okay. I took notes instead.
Good for you.
Fred is said to toss objects around, meaning like if you go into old abandoned rooms, sheets, bedpans, clipboards. Oh, it is harmful to toss bedpans around.
It's not good.
That's especially if they're full. Especially if they're full.
Oh, gross.
I was on social media and I was Stoner Gump came on.
Yeah.
I adore this man. I don't know his real name. I think Daniel or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've seen him because people tag him in my stuff all the time when I do posts about
What do you post about?
gardening,
Gardening.
recreationally.
When you garden recreationally.
Yeah.
Not the same gardening I do.
No, different. No.
very
No.
different.
It's-
Okay.
You just have to call it that on TikTok.
Yes.
And yeah, so I might be in my kitchen happy sometimes.
A curse.
Curse.
Yeah.
Anyways, and I'll be in there and then I'll make a recipe and everyone will tag Stoner Gump. So he's tagged in my stuff a lot.
I love it.
I don't see his stuff all the time. Anyways.
But he came up and he said, violence is never the answer. And if you know anything about the United States right now, you know we're fucked right now. But
Yeah, it's not
and
good.
violence everywhere. And then he goes, but sometimes pettiness makes you feel a whole lot better. And he goes, listen to this. Get yourself down to Wally World and buy yourself some doe urine. I didn't know you could buy deer pee at Walmart.
Me either?
And then take a paper plate, pour a real thin layer of the doe urine on it, and freeze it.
Uh-huh.
and then you can pop it off, and it's like a disc that you can just slide right under someone's door.
Like slide it under, like into their house.
Yes.
Like just like deer pee.
And then it melts.
Ew.
And there's no way to know. There's no way to know.
Oh my God. I mean,
I was dying.
I'm here for the petty
The
shit.
smell?
Yeah, no, fuck that.
And put some gloves on. I don't want to touch dough
Well, that's
pee.
also, I'm like, well,
I
you're
really
putting
don't even want dough pee in my freezer.
That's what I'm just about to say. Like, yep. I'm just, okay. Good for him, though. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of petty things you can do. That one is a good one.
That's a good one. But bedpan reminded me of pee. Dough
Yeah.
pee.
Okay.
There you
Now
go.
I see.
There's
I
the
see the
association.
train of thought that went down. I see it, but also like, damn.
People often report hearing things being knocked over or moved around without explanation. That is when you go into the facility itself. And there has been, different groups that have gone ghost hunting in the facility, but just don't do it if you're just walking around the park, please.
Yeah, no. And know what you're doing.
I know what you're doing. And, these people who go in, they go in with permission, meaning they know where they can and can't tread. Because you, again, fall through the floor. You don't want to fall through the floor.
You do not want to do that.
That would be bad.
It'd be very bad.
There's a little girl with a red ball and a man continually searching for her. The apparition of a little girl often playing with a red ball is in the dormitory or the nurse's quarters. And she was probably the child of a patient or the child of a nurse. And we see that in there's almost always a child with a toy.
Yeah. That's
Almost
a very common
always.
thing. But I do wonder, too, like, people always say that, yeah, it's a child of a patient or a child, whatever. But we've also discussed the fact that, like, ghosties can present themselves however they decide
However
to.
they want.
And so, like, I almost wonder, too, if it could have been someone who was just very mentally unwell and they decided to revert back to their childhood
could be.
state. Do you know what I'm saying?
We also had one, I don't remember which case it was, but it was the granddaughter of somebody who would visit her grandpa at this certain place. And so she goes back there.
Yeah.
And she didn't live there or anything, but
Yeah.
she just remembered that was a happy time or
And
something.
then
So
goes.
her spirit goes there.
Interesting.
But I just, when he got the toys, that's what
I know, it's
gets
always
me.
so
And I have to
hard.
remember, like, that spirit is not the spirit of a child. Like, they're
Right.
not mentally a child.
Right.
That's just how they're presenting themselves.
Just hard, though.
And a man often is described as following or searching for her. So you'll often see a nicely dressed man going around in the dormitory or nurses' quarters looking for this little girl.
No.
There's often medical staff, apparitions of medical staff or patients. Nurses are sometimes seen pushing someone in a wheelchair through the hallways. Patients are seen in their gowns. Absolutely not. Patients are not seen being pushed in wheelchairs.
That ghostie says no. Run away.
I don't want to run away.
No, man.
Oh, man.
I don't know if it likes us today.
I don't think it is. They're saying some not nice things. Patients are often seen in their
Scratch.
What's the word I'm looking for?
They're like not uniform, but
Not
they're
uniform.
like attire that they're given. Hospital gowns.
Gowns.
Yeah.
They're seen in their gowns walking around. What was that last
Prayer.
one? Prayer. They're seen in their gowns walking around kind of aimlessly through the hall. And if you go into one specific area of the hospital, there is often a nurse hanging from a noose reported being seen.
Yikes.
And I'm sure that happened a lot. Like you saw with the guy that was serving food. Like, he refused to serve rotten food.
Yeah.
And he got fired and then, was able to bring it to other people's attention. But I am sure that there were nurses where this was all they could do. This was their job. And it was so bad that they ended up.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Many visitors report sudden drops in temperature or cold spots, even during warm weather. I was going to say, you're in Washington. That
Yeah.
could happen
that
at
is
any time.
Literally.
But during warm weather, and you know the difference. When people say cold spots, it's a very different sensation.
Which I remember, like, the clearest day one that I've done was in the Port Gamble house. That one, when we were down in that basement. And it was this one area that I walked into and I was like, holy fucking, it gave you like goosebumps.
Was it where the
all up
little
your
boy
arm.
was?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was there was just such a cold spot there. And that was like, you feel like you felt it before, but that was the first time that I was like, no, this is a cold spot. Like,
That's
I
what
felt
that
that
is.
cold spot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just a whole sensation, not necessarily about temperature. There are voices heard throughout the hospital from crying, whispers, screams, and it's heard in the wards and hallways near the cemetery.
Yeah.
Which, that makes sense.
It does add up, unfortunately.
There is a figure described in some stories as ominous and wearing all black, seen walking in the dark or at the far edges of the property.
Okay.
A lot of time people will see him walking down the hill from the cemetery and they'll think it's a park ranger that's coming to kick them out.
Right.
And then he'll go behind a tree and not come out.
Yeah. But
So,
he's-
and there's one story of I might read through some of it later.
Okay.
I think I'm reading through some of it later, so I won't go into it now.
Deceive.
People are warned not to approach this man dressed in black.
Yeah.
There's an underground tunnel system, and it's formerly used for different services. But as we've heard in a lot of other stories, these tunnel systems were also used to secretly move bodies, dead bodies around, because they didn't want the other patients or to really make it known that so many patients were dying.
Yep.
So where's the one where it was like a chute? It was like,
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that? And
that
it
was
was
the
like
last
a chute
mental
down to a
asylum
train.
that we covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they literally put him in and
Yeah, shoo,
it was a death chute.
a death chute.
Literally. What was that
I
one?
don't remember. Was it the Trans-Allegheny?
It must have been. It was
I
a
feel
more
like that
recent.
was a long time ago, though.
I can't remember. Yeah, because I remember us discussing going down the death chute.
The death chute.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like it had to be Trans-Allegheny.
It had to have been.
Anyways.
I know somebody that's going to investigate the Waverly coming up here.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go. I just
Yeah.
don't know if I want to go to Kentucky.
No, good on Kentucky.
They got bourbon.
They do.
You
I don't like bourbon.
I like bourbon.
I'm working on my like of bourbon.
She's trying,
You guys, I'm tempting.
She's trying.
If you have any good bourbon cocktails you think I should try, let me know. But it's, I think it all stems from stealing Crown Royal out of my parents' liquor cabinet as a high schooler and drinking it way too much.
No, you just can't.
Yeah, because I know that's whiskey, but like bourbon and whiskey taste the same to me. Sorry. I'm sorry.
They don't.
But they do. They do a little bit.
I do a little bit. They have the same. Yes, I know. Yes.
Do you remember when you were over the other day and we were watching South Park and I was like, I have to show you something that's going to fuck you up. And I forgot to show it to you. I got sent, do you remember I got sent these vodka bottles from this brand?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I opened it and the vodka is made out of agave. Agave is what you typically make tequila out of.
Right.
So I went over to my friend's or neighbor's house yesterday and I made them try it and they were like, no, it tastes like vodka. When I tasted it, it tastes like tequila vodka.
I'll be the judge of that.
That's what I was like.
I'll
I
be
need
the
to-
judge
But
of
then
that.
I need to test it too because I'm like, did it only taste like that when I first opened the bottle? And now that it's been open, it
got some
doesn't.
air
It
to
got
it?
some like it changed it because they were like, no, this is vodka, straight vodka. And when I did it, I was like, this is tequila. I even tried to turn it into a dirty martini, and it was horrible because it was just. It was tequila. It tastes like tequila to me. So I'm interested. After this, maybe we'll have to do a little taster.
I'm gonna have to test this out
Yeah.
because we all know I loathe tequila.
I know the taste of tequila well too. So for me, I was like,
Yeah.
when they said it didn't, I was like, how the fuck?
But
do you guys
tequila and vodka are very different.
very
flavors.
different. But the agave, you can't understand.
yeah, they don't understand how you could mistake vodka for tequila.
Yeah, it was. Anyways,
Anywho.
interesting.
When you go through these tunnels, people say they feel uneasy, like someone is watching them.
Success.
Yeah,
Success.
successful. The hospital has a cemetery for patients, and as we said before, many graves are unmarked, and the crematorium remains part of the lore. Reports of sounds coming from near the cemetery, whispers, footsteps, voices, and some visitors even say they feel a presence watching them, or they see something poking out behind tombstones.
Yeah.
With that many unmarked graves,
I mean, people will just linger because they never were identified. Their bodies there. They're like, what the fuck happened to me?
I'm all about going in abandoned buildings. I'm actually the thing that scares me about abandoned buildings is what other people are in there.
Yeah.
That's the thing that scares me about abandoned buildings.
Like alive people.
alive people.
Yeah, because we always
Alive
say be
people.
more afraid of alive people than you are of ghosties.
Yeah, but I feel like
Always.
this would be a good one. You could see the ruins and then just to go to the cemetery. I'm sure everything you need, all the
That's what I was saying is you don't even need to
just
go
the
inside the
cemetery.
building. It's kind of like Wilkson. Yeah.
Yeah, we
like,
have to go to that cemetery.
we just need to go sit out at the cemetery.
I
Like,
need to go to the
there's-
Black Diamond Cemetery too.
I know I want to do that one too. Yeah.
Both of
You
those.
get all the things you need. I mean, it's funny to say like a cemetery is haunted. Haunted is
They're
so
not
relative.
staying there. What?
It's a stroke.
Oh,
Interesting.
terrible.
Yeah, but it's one of those like there's going to be energy and beings everywhere because especially where bodies are laid to rest, it's going to happen. So I don't know why Black Diamond is like marked as a very haunted one. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's just maybe the intention put in.
Yeah.
Or like the stories that happened to the people.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
But
know
yeah,
either.
I agree that, they don't stick around cemeteries.
Yeah, but or they do.
Or they just come when you're there because that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, but you're also like dealing with people's bodies and that are not alive anymore. There's going to be lingering. There's going to be some people who are lingering there, no matter what. Some,
or maybe they just come back.
yeah, or come back or whatever. Like it just, I don't know. I just feel like any cemetery you go to, you're going to get
Something.
yeah.
So now I have it was actually more difficult to find personal stories than I anticipated.
Oh, really?
But I did find a couple. This one I want to read to you, and then I want to show you the picture.
Okay.
Because the picture is what it's all about, and we can post the picture
Okay.
online. So this one's called The Smiling Phantom at the Haunted Asylum. I made this account to get some second opinions on this because, quite frankly, I'm terrified. To go straight to the point, I'm an amateur photographer, and for my first big project, I had the bright idea of visiting all the most haunted places in Washington state to capture the beauty within the eeriness that surrounds these areas.
Fun.
The Northern State Mental Hospital in Cedral Woolley happened to be my first stop. I guess I would have considered myself a skeptic when it comes to the paranormal, but my perspective on that, we are recording.
We are recording. It just said, are you recording?
That's funny. I guess I would have considered myself a skeptic when it comes to the paranormal, but my perspective on that definitely changed after being there just long enough to get a few decent shots in.
Plausible, it says.
I don't really get creeped out easily, and I hate to sound cliche, but it was the feeling of being watched that really got to me. And that seems to be the big thing about this place, the feeling of being watched.
Everyone has had that feeling, whether you want to acknowledge it and is relating to like the afterlife or not. You'll be by yourself and you'll feel like someone's watching you.
And
everyone has had that. That's like a standard, I don't know, like if you're home alone, something, to me, that is always a sign that someone's hanging out and being there, whether, doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but
no, I don't think a lot of it is bad because
No.
they're there all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
I think you just pick up on it when it's more negative.
Yeah.
Not you, just the general.
Yeah.
The general.
The general.
The general.
The general you.
As a result of my paranoia, I must have searched every corner of each and every building to make sure that no one was in there with me. I swear I checked every square.
To stay.
Oh.
You can stay if you're nice.
If you're nice. No one was there. I didn't notice until going through my gallery. Wait, I skipped a part. I swear I checked every square inch of the building you see in the attached photo, especially. No one was in there. I didn't notice until going through my gallery on the computer just a few hours before this. And I'm getting chills as I type this. What did it say?
Am I dead? Yes, you are dead. I'm sorry. They asked that the other day too. And that one was, it's always hard when they ask that. Like, am I dead? I feel like this is someone else now.
Yeah, this one's a different vibe than
Very
before.
different. Like, not, are you recording? Plausible.
That was my stomach. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I thought there was their demon growling, Megan. Jesus Christ. As long as it was just your stomach, fucking hell, that gave me a heart attack.
I'm getting chills as I type this, but after spotting that bright space in the window, my curiosity got the best of me, so I zoomed in on the window, increased the brightness, contrast, saturation, and that is what you see in the second photo here. There's no editing other than that. That's undeniably a figure smiling at me, is it not? I'm confused because it's not translucent, but I have absolutely no idea what that could be other than some sort of phantom, apparition, ghost, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so here's the first picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old abandoned building, and you can tell it's starting to get dark out. You can see some light coming in from the back.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to show you the picture when he zoomed into the window. And I think I have some ideas, but I want to know you as a photographer.
Yeah.
So basically what it looks like, you zoom in on the window and it looks like there is a figure in there with like a big smiling grin. And to me, you can kind of even see the teeth.
You can 100% see the
But
teeth.
could that be something else?
No.
You don't think
that
so?
can't be a trick of light. So, I mean, could it be something else? It could be someone.
Someone in there.
That is the only other thing. But to me,
But you literally can see, like the Cheshire Cat
Back.
with his big grinning
that's what it
teeth?
looks like. Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
And to me, the part that makes it me think that it's not someone is when you zoom in and
You can almost see like eyes
You
and a
can.
nose.
and the way the blob is not like if it was actually like a black sheet over someone or something. I feel like it'd be more defined, kind of how like the edges are defined there. I feel like it's very like fuzzy to me.
Also, in order to get that light from the teeth, it would have to be coming from behind. Like the light would have to be coming from behind, and I don't feel like it is. Like it's not shining through. It looks like it's actual teeth, but there's no light source on it.
Mm-mm.
Because it's probably Like the sun is partway down and it's a cloudy day. You can see that.
Yeah, it's overcast or it's a sunset area. Yeah, overcast sunset time. I mean, yeah, that to me, I don't see anything like with my like photography eye and editing and that to me looks like it was fake. To me, that looks like they caught something personally.
If you go down, someone said, really interesting evidence you got there. I took the liberty of passing it through some Photoshop camera raw filters to see if there's any more detail. And now it does look like there's a figure with a sheet over its head, but these grinning white teeth.
And that's the part that is so weird. But it's definitely it's the thing is it's contrasted from like the background. So that's something, whether it is someone fucking with them or
if it was just the black lump, I'd say okay, it's something in there. It's the teeth.
The teeth, and that to make those be prominent like that is like that's very weird.
It is. So that's the big piece of evidence that I found.
Yeah, and that's creepy, guys. It's creepy.
I mean, look at that.
It's creepy.
It's crazy.
I don't like that.
Like it almost looks like a dog, but the grin is not even that of a dog. No, the grin is like,
but it's like animalistic to an extent. I don't know.
It is animalistic,
but the teeth look like
are human.
But the way it's like grinning, it's like it has both of its lips up. Like it's not even a smile. It's like baring its teeth.
It is, yeah.
Like that's what that is, baring your teeth. Like
yeah.
I don't know. Weird, guys.
There are also lots of people that get EVPs as they go around, especially in the graveyard. And as soon as it happens, they say their sense of safety completely changes. Which
that adds up.
There's one more story. It's kind of a long one. And the writer is fine, but guys, remember I'm reading what's written in front of me by someone else.
Those ones are always fun.
The event of this story are true. In October 2019, a group of 5 friends, Alex, Joey, Anakin, Sarah, and Raina, R-E-A-N-A, Raina.
That looks like Raina.
Raina, and myself, Sam, wanted to do some spooky stuff for Halloween. We were all in the Army and stationed at JBLM in Washington State. We had just gotten back from a month-long field cycle in Fort Irwin, California, and wanted to have fun and blow off some steam. We did some research. What did it say?
All right.
Okay. We did some...
I can't leave.
Oh. Well, you're welcome to stay.
As long as you're nice.
Just be nice. I did some research on...
Can we hear her?
Her.
No? Who's her?
Is there another one in the house? I feel like you've got an infestation.
I got a lot going on.
I did some research on some haunted locations and found a few. 2 of the 3 were busts, and the third was the Northern State Mental Hospital. On October 12th, we drove 120 miles to Cedro-Woolley, where the mental hospital is located. We really weren't expecting to see anything paranormal after the last 2 letdowns. When we got there, it was already late, about 7 o'clock at night. It was dark. Not very many people were there. Only maybe 2 other cars were in the parking lot. We passed a couple of people leaving, and they didn't say anything to us. They just walked to their car and left. On that day, it was just Alex, Joey, Anakin, and Sarah. We were equipped with flashlights and knives.
Okay.
As one does.
That seems...
We weren't taking any chances. We really had no idea where anything was until we found a map posted at the beginning of the hiking trail. We were closest to the old farm, and so we made our way up there. The trail we were on was extremely dark, and our flashlights were not very good. Extremely prepared, not taking any chances, but you didn't bring good flashlights.
Yeah, come on.
So we were already nervous about getting lost. When we got to the farm, it was obvious that the place was no longer an actual farm. Duh.
What?
All the buildings were collapsed and or run down. We followed the path until it ended, and we saw another group of people with flashlights. They were up on the hill that overlooked the farm. We didn't know who they were or how many of them were up there. Our first thought was that it was some kind of park ranger running off kids and amateur ghost hunters. It was at that moment that Alex and Joey said, "Hey, there's someone walking down the hill." I was right next to Joey and said, "Where? I don't see anyone." Alex then said, "They are over there. They don't have a flashlight." It took me a bit to see a person, all black, walking down the hill. All I could see was a tall, stocky black figure. He was walking down the hill to the silo that was on the farm. We turned off our flashlights because we didn't know if there was a cop or a ranger, so we just stood there and watched the person. After the person disappeared behind the silo, we never saw him again. Sarah then came up and said, "Did you guys hear that?" We asked her what she was hearing. We didn't hear anything. She told us that she was hearing children or women crying. We then got ballsy and ventured into the barn closest to the trail.
He heard me.
Oh, they heard you bawling and crying?
No, hurt. Says
Oh.
he hurt me.
I don't like that.
Who hurt you?
Because they said, "Did you hear the woman?" That's the ghost tube saying that.
Yeah.
On our way, we looked around and didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. On our way out of the barn, we noticed that the group of people that were on the hill had come down, so we went over to talk to them. We asked, "Was that your friend that came running down the hill a few minutes ago?" They said, "No, we don't know who that was." They also said they didn't see another person. Sarah then came back to us and said she is hearing the crying again. So we went with the group up the hill to look for the person we had seen. I stayed with Anakin and Sarah. The three of us were joking around, smoking cigarettes while Alex and Joey looked around. While Anakin and I talked about the guy we saw, Sarah walked back towards the barn. She stopped and stared at the barn for a minute and then came over to us. When she spoke, I knew she was terrifying. She said, "We need to go right now. I keep hearing the crying and it's freaking me out." Anakin and I both said we don't hear anything, everything's fine, but Sarah was in full panic. She then told us, "I don't care if you guys stay here, but I'm going back to the car." Anakin and I agreed he'll go with Sarah and I'll wait for Alex and Joey. They left and I watched for Alex and Joey. I lit another cigarette and waited. While standing there, I felt a sudden feeling of anxiety. I was alone in the dark in a suspected haunted place. I could see Alex and Joey. They were in the middle of the farm now. I made my way over to them to see what they were looking at. They told me what the other group told them. They said there is a crematorium over there and a cemetery up the hill. I was then a little more nervous about being there. I told them that some went back to the car, and so we started to head back to the car. On the way home, I looked over to the hospital and saw the black figure running through the field. We discovered three things. The Northern State Mental Hospital is number one, the most haunted place in Washington State. I argue that. That person that we saw walking alone in the dark may have been the figure that they call the man in black, and he's to be avoided at all costs. And number three, the history of the things that happened at the hospital when it was new were not medical treatments. It was experimental lobotomies and torture, most likely. These facts made us want to go back and explore during the day.
Of course.
The only person that didn't go back was Sarah, but she agreed.
It was stupid.
We drove back early so we could go looking
It
around
said stupid,
during
by
the
the way,
day.
you guys. That's why we both said that.
I made a joke saying, "I wonder how many people died here." I'm looking over this to see what we can go through. The building was completely run down and people had graffitied all over it, including some pretty vivid pentagrams. We all decided that we would avoid the crematorium at night. Joey convinced his girlfriend, Raina, who was in the army, to come with us. When they showed up, it was already getting dark. I had brought my digital camera to see if I could take a picture of the man in black. He ultimately did not show up again.
Leave now.
We heard crying from the barn.
Leave now, it said.
Yeah. And one of our parties saw a woman in a white dress watching us wherever we went and then disappearing behind the barn. We didn't believe her, so we went to where she had seen them. She got frustrated that we weren't believing her. We decided there was little to no activity happening and headed back to our car. When we got back to our car, we turned around and there was a woman in a white dress following us back up through the hill.
No, thank you. That might terrify me.
We drove over to the cemetery and Joey said, "Did you hear that?" Annika said, "Yes." And I responded, "What?" And everybody heard thumping through the woods. The writing is so bad. I'm so sorry. So yeah, and then they took off and went to Dairy Queen.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
So they saw the man in black. They heard crying and screaming. They saw a woman in a white dress who was following them. They had uneasy feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a lot of things. And it is something, I think we always say that somebody who's in, like, I don't know, the Army or the Navy or something like that, I
think they're more credible.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you literally are telling a story just to tell a story. But you can tell. Like, when we talked to that guy from the Haunted Farmers Market.
Yeah. Cyrus. Yeah.
Yes.
And he, been telling us stuff. That was
1,000%. Because military guys don't, and ladies don't do
Yeah.
that unless they are trying to pull your leg. But you
Right.
can tell when someone's doing
Right.
that.
And
right?
that, I don't know. I mean, who knows? But that seems somewhat legit.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the Northern State Mental Hospital.
Well, damn.
Yeah, I just thought we do a lot of mental hospitals, and a lot of them are very similar.
Mhm.
But it's fun to hear one in our backyard.
This is in our neck of the woods,
Our
y'all.
neck of the woods.
Yeah, I guess we'll go visit.
during the day.
Yeah. During the day is good.
Yes.
I like daytime.
And then we'll come back down and we'll hit the Oxford Creamery. Not the Oxford Creamery. I do that every time.
The Oxford Saloon.
Saloon. The Oxford Creamery is a place in Mattapoisa where we got ice cream.
The thing is, if we're going all the way, it needs to be something where we decide we're doing a ghost tour because we need to, if we're up there, that's where you're 30 minutes from Anacortes from there, basically.
Oh.
You're basically where you go to get on the ferry to the San Juans.
So we go to the Orcas Inn.
Yeah, stay there, and then on the
Stay
way
there,
home,
and then
we do a little
wraparound.
a little wraparound. Yeah.
We'll go up and stop at the saloon, then go to the inn, and then hit the mental hospital on the way home.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. What does it say?
Above.
As above, so below.
Huh?
As above, so below.
I don't know what that is.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like the witchy as above, so below.
Never heard that.
It's like, are you serious?
Maybe I haven't. I'm just no way. It said no way.
Yeah, no way. Oh, have you
okay,
not
maybe
heard
I've heard.
that?
Okay, maybe I have, guys.
You've heard it. You've heard it.
My brain is not braining. Apparently,
You've heard it.
I'm like in between listening to that and this and being like, "Am I inviting something into my house I don't want?"
Thanks, the man in
stop,
black.
Stop that, Megan. God damn you! You're such a pain in the ass.
I am. It's
Ugh,
true.
Jesus.
It's true.
Well, that was a good one. I like
Yeah.
it.
You know what's really cool?
What?
If we keep on schedule, if not disregard, next week is our first October episode of the season.
Yeah, it means we're officially spooky season, y'all.
It's spooky season, and it's a 5-week month.
Yep.
So
we get extra episodes. We are going to record from the Ording Manor, which we do every year. We've already been in touch with them, and then potentially to do an event there. We don't know yet.
I have some ideas I need to
Do
talk to
you?
you about.
Okay.
What did it say?
Ferment.
Oh.
Awesome. Don't like that.
No.
But yeah, so we have those exciting things happening. So, and we're going to be at the Witches' Night in Enumclaw as well. What day is that?
I don't remember.
At a day, we'll tell you. And yeah, we have. I mean, October is always chaos for us,
Chaos down here, Tom.
but we're excited.
We are very
It'll be
excited.
good.
And then we're going to do Creepmas up in Magnuson Park. Magnuson.
I could be
Park?
saying it wrong, but that's just how I know it. Magnuson.
And that's going to be December. It's either 13th or 14th, I think. We're going to do one of those days.
Yes.
We're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to actually be having a booth on paranormal equipment.
Yeah.
So,
Which will be fun.
Yeah.
So we'll mess with the Ghost Tube app. People can see that and then have all of our other fun things.
it's going to be great.
It'll be a good time.
It's going to be great.
Lots of fun. Megan Raina chaos.
Huzzah.
That's our favorite.
It is.
Us being chaotic.
It is.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, go get yourself some lunatic soup. Maybe download the Ghost Tube app. See who's hanging out in your house.
It's interesting. And
Very
remember,
interesting.
in this crazy world,
It's good to be a lunatic.
bye.
Bye.